to Get With The Programming. I'm Chasing.
I'm Captain America.
And along with me is Bill Grundler.
Wolverine.
We are previewing the programming of the only CrossFit event in town, and that is the French Throwdown going on this weekend. If you guys are just joining us, don't forget it starts tomorrow. It goes through Sunday. And if you want to watch it in English, go to Coffee Pods and Watts.
That was I like your little asterisk on that in English.
In English. Go to Coffee Pods and Watts. And let me say this. We didn't do this back when this event took place, but Copa Sur. I know we talked about the program and we had our things and we're focused on that. But as far as the event was concerned, Copa Sur, the venue, the floor, the arena, their coverage was fantastic. Like they did a great job. And I know we focused on what was on paper and what was on the competition floor from a programming perspective, but I do want to give these events their due. These guys are doing this all on their own. They do not get money from CrossFit. They don't get much from CrossFit other than you get to send 2 or 1 person to the CrossFit Games. And everything else is on their own time, effort, energy, and dime. So shout out to all you in-person qualifying events. Your IPQEs. God, I hate that.
The live events. Just say live.
Live events, right?
Live events.
Now, if we come down hard on your programming, that does not mean we are not grateful for you guys out there. Right? Not saying we're doing it today. We're just going to unveil the 8 events that are going to be going down over the next 3 days. But if you guys want to watch it live, go to Coffee Pods and Wads all weekend. Pedro's covering. I don't know, who is he doing it with?
Oh shoot. I know it.
Do you?
I thought he I can't remember. He said it was a while ago though.
Let me see.
I can't remember.
Yeah. Oh, I got beat on around the whiteboard yesterday by Colton Mertens. That's fair. That's fair. I brought up a team thing.
Yeah.
And that just lost me points.
I can see that.
All right. Coffee Pods and Wads. God, Peter's killing it. Has 7,000 subscribers. Right. Y'all need to go over there and just start liking and subscribing and thank Peter for what he's doing for the French Throwdown. And thank you for the French Throwdown and giving Peter an opportunity. I don't know why I'm saying Peter right now.
Pedro.
Pedro.
No one knows who you're talking about right now.
Yeah. It used to be Peter. Yeah. It's so funny what happens. It's so funny. But that's where it will be. Josh someone. The guy that comes on the podcast with JR. Oh. Right. The JR Josh guy. Yeah, whatever. Just go like and subscribe and hit on the notifications. I have all of them. And I'm a member.
Boom.
Y'all don't get to see my perks. Y'all want the perks? You better buy that membership from Pedro. Y'all want perks from us? Sorry. But if you want to be a member, if you want to be a member, it allows us to spend the time that we do to bring you guys the things that we love. So let's get into it. Nothing too fanfare. We're going to look at each event individually. Bill, have you seen these yet?
I just started looking through them. Yeah.
Okay.
Sort of.
Okay.
Sort of.
Who is Peter? Yes, right. Munweiler. Oh, yeah, maybe. So I did this running bit the whole episode yesterday of pretending I couldn't understand what Adrian was saying.
Did he get pissed?
I think at the beginning, because listen, anyone that speaks 2 languages, you are already far and ahead greater than I am. I barely speak English good. I know it's supposed to be well. Yes, Corey, thank you for being a member. For us or for Pedro? So I was like, all right, here's what I'm doing. Because I'm going to have some fun with it. So every time I came up, I was like, listen, I don't know, Adrian, I'm trying to pick up, like, your accent is so... And he has no accent. I mean, he has a slight Swiss-German accent, but the guy speaks beautiful English.
Dude, he's actually awesome. Like, the way that guy thinks is actually...
It's so... I don't want to say German because he's Swiss, but like Swiss German.
Swiss German, yeah.
which I don't understand Switzerland. It's like they've got 3 different nationalities within the country itself.
And it's like 3 different places.
Like, is anybody Swiss, or is it like Swiss, German, Swiss?
Dude, I don't think so. I switched
French, or I don't.
Yeah, French on one side.
Maybe that's why it's like people say they are Switzerland, because Switzerland is a neutral country to begin with, and everybody's just kind of in the middle.
Everybody's on the line.
Yeah, but that was a running bit I had with. Thank you, Corey. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for being a member. But yeah, just the whole time, just fucking with him. And afterwards, like, hey, I was messing with you. He's like, I figured it out.
I'm surprised he hasn't become more of a voice yet. He's got a very quick wit. He's really opinionated.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised if that guy, if he hasn't started doing a podcast somewhere, I think he would be one of those guys that would get it's sort of Sevon-esque, where it's like he'll get popular because he's hard on one side, and the points are usually very polarizing.
Well, he takes a stance on one side or the other, which is what you guys want. I mean, the reality is if we just sit here in the middle and have no opinions, like I don't have an opinion for you guys watching, right? No offense, but it's like my opinion is my own, and I will state it as such.
Yep.
Not I'm going to say this because I think the majority of the people are going to like that. And then I'll say this because I know the majority of the people will like that. Well, if those are on 2 separate sides of the spectrum, now you're just a phony.
Right.
And so I like it when our podcast, because you can like rate this, thumbs up, thumbs down. It's like, hey, here's the percentage of thumbs up you got. Mm-hmm. Like when it's not 100, then I'm like, okay, we did a good job.
Yeah.
When it is 100, I'm like, oh, did we? Like we're not trying to be controversial. We're just trying to be real. Like if I'm honest and if Bill's honest, even between me and Bill, like we don't agree on everything.
No, it's freakily close sometimes. But
it is freakily close,
but not on everything. Not on everything.
All right. Event 1. Oh, what does it say? Oh, it says. I thought they gave it a name.
It says long event.
Long event, sort of. 1,000-meter ski, 800-meter ski, 5,000-meter bike, 4,000-meter bike. This is all concept 2 stuff. 2,000-meter row, 1,500-meter row. So that's between men and women. Basically, a C2 triathlon, which I like. We saw something similar in a more intense fashion that got unveiled in Dubai, which Bill aptly named Acid Bath, which was, 500? I think it was 500 ski, 500 row, 1,000 bike.
Something like that, yeah. Yeah. It was, man, that was ugly.
And this is funny because it's in very close
ratios
because everyone's like, oh, wouldn't the ski and the row be the same because they are distance wise and pace wise, because it's a 500-meter pace is what you go with, whereas the bike is the 1,000 meters. It counts twice as fast as everything meters wise, not for cows. But in a triathlon, the beginning part, which would be a swim, is always the shortest part. It doesn't, they aren't equal parts. It's usually the middle part, which a bike is the longest, and then the run's right there in the middle. And so as far as time and effort, this is pretty close to what a triathlon would be. More of a sprint triathlon format.
Right.
Which, look, if we're going long and we're just doing machines, all right, I would love this. Not a barbell in sight.
I think it's fine that they have that. I mean, we haven't really had any that was pure machine like that,
Right. It's in person, not the sexiest thing. Maybe they'll have some markers out there for the viewers to watch. A tough thing to call. However, you guys called a marathon row once, and that turned out okay too. Now, you did have a scoreboard and live boat things that you could play with, but yeah. What is this, Stefan? You guys piss and stay on the pot. Yeah, Bill, I'm not obsessing with the numbers at the moment, but yeah. So, all right. Long event, usually the first event, get it out of the way, get them all monostructural, see how it balances out. Now, the next one, event 2, again, there's 8 events. Before we even go further, how do you feel about the number of events over 3 days?
I don't think that you need to have 8 events to get your athletes to the games. I don't think you need that.
I don't think you need it. I don't necessarily hate it.
I mean, obviously
on
depends what it is.
out,
It
right.
depends what they are. Like if you're making if it ends up being a beat down because you're running 15 minutes super high output, long high volume, like that's unnecessary.
Yeah,
Can you do it? Sure. Do you need to do it? I don't think you need to have 8.
right.
I don't think you need to.
If it's balanced, it's a bit easier to have a more balanced test with more events. It doesn't mean you can't
Absolutely.
do it.
Yeah.
I think if this was like 2017 Dubai programming, I'd be like, sorry guys.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know if 2017 is the right year, but that was like one year was like, all right, we're doing 10 events, and they were all like the hardest things you've ever seen.
Yeah.
All right, so we go long with machines, and then we come back and we have 30 alternating dumbbell clean and jerks. I'm assuming this is with one dumbbell.
Alternating, I would think so.
Yeah, right. 22, 5, and 15K. So what is that? 45 and 30. 15 burpee box jump overs, 20, 15 burpee box jump overs, 20. The weight will go up each set of dumbbells. So 45, 65, right? And then 80 at the end. But this is just going to be a dead sprint.
The whole thing.
Total opposite of what just happened in event 1, which, hey, listen, you're pulling out 2 movements that they didn't program in the first event, right? It was straight monostructural. Now we have weightlifting, gymnastics. That was long and aerobic. This is short and intense. I just don't see where the massive separation is going to be.
At all. And I don't, I'm almost kind of surprised that they didn't do like those lightweight clean and jerks. Like,
yes.
That's a pain in the ass to do.
Like the first 30, it's just like,
yeah. I mean, it's almost harder to do that weight at a clean and jerk than it would just be to do a snatch.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But I mean, I'm surprised they didn't just say ground overhead.
Right. Or if we're just working in kgs, don't change anything. I don't know the height of the box. I couldn't
and
find
that's
out
why they
that
didn't
was.
say that. Yeah, that's kind of weird.
If it's 30 and 24, better.
Okay. Yeah.
Because 20 and 24 and 20, that's just.
I know. You might as well just have them do
30.
burpees. But line burpees is almost the same thing.
And if it was like 30 kg, 40 kg, 50 kg,
yeah,
I think that would help a lot. But look, we got to see it go on paper.
Yeah, totally.
Go on paper. So yeah, long monostructural into a short sprint gymnastic weightlifting couplet. Now this one, Bill, event number 3. It's like, all right, 100 wall ball buy-in. I'm like, all right, cool. I've been a part of an event like that, the 100 shipper from 2013 regionals. And then I looked at the rounds. I was like, 20 deadlifts, 20 wall facing handstand push-ups for 3 rounds. I'm like, damn. And then I looked at the weight and I was like, damn.
Right?
Damn. But here's the thing. All right. So we went long in event 1, short in event 2. And now we have this 100 wall ball shot buy-in, which everybody's just going to pace that out. Because you get to this 3-rounder, 20 deadlifts at 140, 308. Right, just under 315. 90 kg, that's what, 198?
Yeah.
189? What is it? Something like 190. 20 wall-facing handstand push-ups for 3 rounds.
It's a very games-esque Diane.
Ooh.
You know?
Yes.
And we've done, I mean, you and me have done, you know this one very well, 21-15-9 of the deadlifts and box jump overs.
I do.
The weight is not like this weight, I think, is actually good for the athletes that are going to be qualifying to the games. And we talked about even like when we were analyzing the event yesterday, we were talking about how the online semis didn't have that gymnastic press.
Correct.
Now we have that. Like I really like this one a lot, the way it's written, especially for who we're trying to get to the games. I kind of don't know why they even have the wall balls in there.
Now what's going to be my question is like, do you even need them in here?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't think that anyone, I mean, they didn't, what's the weight of the wall ball? It doesn't say that it's a heavy one.
I'm assuming it's the traditional.
Okay. So yeah, it's basically 100 air squats. You know,
Yeah.
It's 100 air squat buy-in. And sure, okay, maybe someone will take a break at 50 and for maybe there's a 10-second break in there, but you aren't losing that much. And you can only go so fast on the wall ball. So it doesn't really pay you to try to do anything on that. So I'm not really sure why that's there. But the rest of it, I really do like. It makes Diane the way it's supposed to be for the level of athletes that are going to be going to the games. It will stop some people in their tracks, I think.
Yes.
But right people will get it. Will be able to mash right through.
You're filtering for, and that's exactly like the 10 to 15 should work their way through it. The top 5 should race each other, and then everybody else, it's like, thanks for playing.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming. My initial reaction is with the reason, and I think the reason why we think of the wall ball shots is like, why? Is because the second part is so robust and so hard, there is no incentive to get there quicker.
No.
Right? Like, even 30 seconds faster. No one is just hammering these out. The deadlifts and the wall facing hands. It's 60 reps of each.
Yeah.
All right. The 20 and 15-9 you were talking about, like, that's 45. And it was descending reps.
Yep.
Whereas if it were, say, 20 deadlifts and it was like 125, which is like 275, or 225. Even if it was 225. Now you're like, oh shit, I have to get to the middle quicker because everyone can race the middle. I think the middle is so challenging that it almost negates any desire to push the wall ball shots.
Yeah. The thing is that like your top athletes can move that weight well, but this will be the classic. And you always say this when you're commentating is just because you can, should you?
Right.
Like this, it's not about winning round 1 on this. It's about how do you get through 2 so you can handle round 3.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're gonna hammer one of the rounds, it's got to be the last round.
Yeah.
So it would be interesting. But I like the setup, and I think it's appropriate for where we are right now. Again, I don't think we need the wall balls, but like that's an annoying amount of wall facing handstand push-ups. I really don't even see the deadlift, and that's me looking at that.
That's all I see.
That's all you see. I know.
I think guys and girls have gotten so good. I think this will be more challenging for the women because of the handstand push-ups.
Yeah,
in the press, whereas it'll be a bit more of a deadlift event for the dudes, or just more of an intensity. Barkley, a menage a trois. Yes. That would be great. Bill, we have a new pope, by the way.
I knew that it was going down, but I haven't officially heard.
Did you hear I don't know the name, I just know the nationality. It's the first.
Is it the Portuguese?
Nope. It is the American.
Oh. Is that going to be Pope Bob Johnson?
And I believe that is the first American pope ever. So
I think you're right.
All right, next. Just skip over that. But breaking news. Event 4. Chipper, 90 heavy double unders, 30-meter handstand walk, 60 GHD sit-ups, 30-meter handstand walk, 90 heavy double unders, 60 toes to bar, 30-meter handstand walk, 90 heavy double unders. Right off the bat, I really like this one. I like the numbers. I like the mix and match of movements. I'm assuming this is a day 2 event. They're going to have 3 on the first day. I don't know. I like the interference, but with the heavy rope, right? That's going to take away your shoulders. Then you got to go to the handstand walk. Then you do a GHC sit-up. Now that takes away your core. Then you go back to the handstand walk. Then back to the rope. Now you go to the rig for toes to bar. I don't know. How do you feel about it?
I actually like the switch from GHD to toes to bar. I think it allows you to do a decent number of GHD. Like if it was all GHD, I think it would be a little bit different. I think the numbers couldn't play the same. That was funny, Barkley.
I think the difference if it was just regular double unders, and you're like, all right, that's not really like the heavy is going to have an effect.
Yeah, it will.
270. That was more than what people were doing at Wattfest.
Yeah,
collectively.
Yeah. And I mean, you will feel it. You will obviously feel that between that and the handstand walk. And I think you get enough of a break for your shoulders with the
Mhm.
GHD and the toes bar. Even the toes bar, even hanging from the rig, I think
Okay.
it'll be okay. So it'll give you enough to where it allows you to be able to push.
I like that.
And I agree. I like that too. It pushes you on the double unders and forces you to go quick on the handstand walk. So, I mean, it's kind of disgusting to say, but like the GHD and the toes bar is your active recovery for your shoulder work.
Where the toes bar will be, I think we'll see a lot of separation there.
I think so.
GHD, no. Yeah, everyone's cranking out
No, you're fine. That's the beginning.
60 toes bar after those ropes again.
Well, because then you have that grip element that's going to be that's
And
there.
the
So it's not so much. Well, I mean, you'll have the shoulders. The shoulders are there, but I think like that one, people will be coming down because it will be the grip thing because they don't want to be. They do not want to have any sort of issue with their hands when they go into that last set of double unders. Like the last thing you want to do when you're doing double unders is one, you don't want to miss. And the way you're not going to miss is if you can stay as loose as possible.
Right.
But if you have the grip fatigue coming off those toes to bar and you're doing double unders where you're really, not only because of the shoulders, but then like you're gripping like death grip on the grip, you're going to get blown out. I like it. It is a cool little bounce up and down for sure.
One thing, I know we're halfway through, and the concern was like, is it too much volume? Is it too much stuff going on? This is one that you'll feel your core, but this one isn't going to break you.
No.
And event 1 on the machines, it's not going to break you, which is what I was concerned about. It's like, is every event going to beat you up? Event 2 is not going to break you. It's just a sprint. The only one that you definitely will be feeling the next day is event 3 with those deadlifts and handstand push-ups. All right, event 5, Heavy Isabel. I'm assuming this is going to just be in every.
I like that.
Yeah. So far, so good, right? We had a monostructural focused one, then we have a weightlifting focused one. This last one is pretty heavy gymnastics, actually. The chipper, outside of the heavy double unders, GHD handstand walk toes to bar.
Yeah.
It's not exclusively gymnastic. Event 6, Echo Bike bar muscle up. Okay, so our 2 repeaters, where most of the competitions have done. We love both of these.
Totally. I think they're fine in there too.
And so far, everything seems to fit. I know we biked in event 1, biked in event 2, but we're biking differently, and we're biking on 2 different things, right? Concept 2 bike. It's not like doing Echo Bike twice that we saw in Wadland. Or was that Copassur? All right, event 7, Nancy FTD. I don't know what that is.
FTD?
FTD. Any guesses? Commenters. 400-meter run, 20 meters of axle bar overhead walking lunges at 60 and 40 kg. It was like 132 and 88 pounds. Nancy being 5 rounds, 400-meter run, 15 overhead squats at 95,
65.
We've seen 2 other versions of Nancy. We saw Nancy at the games, which was like the berm run. And what was it, 20 reps? Like the games Nancy was rough.
Yeah.
Rough. And then we saw Nancy.
We did one of those in one of the old regionals.
Oh, really?
Or maybe it was the sectionals, even way back then. Because I remember we did one that was 3 rounds. It was 3 rounds, maybe it was 5 rounds. But we did 30 reps of the overhead squat.
Thanks, Renee.
Oh, jeez, oh man, how could we not get that?
French Throwdown.
Jeez.
Thank you, Barkley.
Sorry, you could have thrown that our way there with your Apollo. That
or the dogs. I like that one. I could have sat on that for a little bit. All right, never mind. I'm trying to remember the online games version.
Was that 185, 135?
It was 185.
Which I
think they had bar facing burpees as well. So it wasn't just running in overhead squats. What do you think about this one? 20 meters. I mean, that's 60 feet plus.
I mean, I think it's a running event. 4 rounds, 400-meter run. The walking lunge isn't. I don't think you're going to be able to make up a lot of room on the lunge. It's just a matter of how fast you pick up the bar off the run when you come into it. You know what I mean?
Thanks, Eaton. Eaton's always hooking us up.
Yeah, Eaton.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
buddy.
Appreciate that. Happy Thursday.
What's funny is I don't think it's a bad event. When I'm looking at the other events that are here, I don't think it's needed.
It does seem.
I mean, okay, there's running, okay, and JR
haven't had
talked about
yet.
how got to have some running in there. I don't.
Why not 5 though? Why not make it 5?
I don't know.
I think if it was 5, then there is an element of does this even need to be in there after what we've already done? Because what we've already done up to this point,
I think it's fine.
I mean, think about it. Like up until this point, we've had, right? We ended on, like, just think of if this was 6, because our question is, do we even need 8? Not to backtrack, right? Event 1. Okay.
There's your long monostructural.
There's your long monostructural. Event 2, short sprint.
Mm-hmm.
Event 3, slogfest. Event 4, chipper. Gymnastic heavy. Event 5, heavy Isabel. All weightlifting. And then you finish on the Echo Bike bar muscle up. Like, at this point in time, you can stop.
You can't. I agree.
You can stop. I have a theory that I'll throw it at the end. But at this point in time, you're good. I know we're not diving into the analyzing of the program right now, but just thinking right off what we've had,
they've hit everything that they need to hit.
Right.
And again, like I know JR is very strong with having to test, and he's made this point a handful of times where it's like we need to test the athletes of running before they get to the games. I don't really necessarily think that you need to test running before they get to the games. If they don't know that they're supposed to run, like you're a buffoon.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean that we need to test to see if they can run to get there per se. I think we need to know that they can go long. They need to be tested monostructurally. Okay, cool. I'm more of that rather than a specific. So you're right. Like I mean, we talked about how cool of a final this event is right here. Like there it is. Like you're done.
Barkley, you're on fire today. 4 twists on girl events. Karen,
okay,
150 wall ball shots. So you threw 100 wall balls, coupled with a Dianish.
Yeah.
Then you have heavy Isabel, and now Nancy.
That is kind of cool.
Look at you, Barkley. Not just a pretty face. All right. Event 7, we've gone through this. Event 8, the finale. For time, 24, 18, 12 of chest to bar pull-ups, coupled with 12, 9, 6 of sandbag squats. After each round, complete 1 back and forth with the sandbag. And if you want to get a little in the weeds, you're like, okay, here's our pull squat Fran-esque combo.
Okay.
Right? Not saying it's 1-to-1, but if we're making the comparisons,
it has the elements in there.
How about this? Take out event 2.
I was just going to say that. I was just going to say that. It's like, okay, if this seems very similar to that one.
Right.
But this is much more games like than the super light.
Right. Like event 2, that's a
class workout.
Class
I think
workout.
that's a class workout.
So take out event 2, put this in its place.
Take out that running
7. And now you have
beautiful.
And the fact that you're doing all of these now, and I like this because it's just go. Like you don't have a choice. You don't. It's only what 54 chest to bar pull-ups, and then 12, 9, 21, 27 on the sandbag squats. 90 and 70, so that's 200 and 150.
I cannot imagine this. Well, I wonder how long the back and forth is, because there's no reason for 9 minutes on this.
I'm assuming it's the length of the. Have you seen the setup, the venue?
I just started looking through their Instagram. I saw the outside.
I
Place
saw
was
it
amazing.
through Chaffee's, Daniel Chaffee's
Mm.
Instagram, and it looks so good.
Yeah.
It looks so good. It's such a cool. I wonder if he has it somewhere. Yeah, but I love it. The athletes are going to get a great venue, a great experience that they always get in Europe, and I just wish more people were there locally versus other places. You know, missing out. Now the question is, this is my question to you. This is not a conspiracy theory, but even if you took out, well, I guess say if you took out Heavy Isabel and you took out, did they add the 2 repeaters to what they've already programmed? And that's why we have 8, is my question. Because I believe Mayhem has a hand in the French Throwdown. Facundo.
I can see how you would think that. I think that has a big. I think the crack of possibility is definitely there, especially when we have the 2 so far repeated workouts that we've seen.
Mm-hmm.
But if, let's say that those 2 weren't there, like I have a hard time thinking that this is the heavy event. I mean, like we have the heavy, the strength. I mean, we got the deadlift part, I guess.
Right.
Okay. I mean, this is just so minor when it comes to any sort of weight with a squat overall.
That's true.
I think, and as we've seen,
you
the
wouldn't
Heavy
really have
Isabel turns into more squat than, I mean, everyone talks about, oh, if they could power. I mean, when you see Guy
or
squatting or Jeff Adler squatting them that many, I think that turns into, even though they didn't say it, it turns into it ends up being a squatting event. So you have that. So
yeah. Okay.
I mean, I like the idea.
Now, first blush, no, like, oh, there's 8 events. Like, whoa, over 3 days. After looking at all these, the toughest one that's going to make you probably feel the next day is the 3rd event.
Yeah, the deadlift one.
The deadlift, wall facing, and 100 wall ball shots. That's nothing.
They won't feel that.
They're going to break it up anyways.
They won't feel that.
Yeah, I mean these are games level athletes, or now semifinals athletes, which were fitter than games athletes were 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not 10 years ago, but definitely 15 years ago.
Well, okay. I'll say this, for the athletes that are training to get to the games, their volume is more than this anyway. Their daily volume is more than what this competition would be as far as this number.
Well, go through.
But I don't think they need it to test to see who should go. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, can they handle it? Yeah. But I would rather them be not. I don't want to overly fatigue so that people are just trying to make it through the events. I want them to be able to hammer the events.
Right. And not have just massive impact event to event to event, which is what we're worried about with 8.
Right.
Which is why 6 is so nice. It's 2 a day. This is nothing as far as training volume for them. However, the intensity is way, way higher. Okay, so let's go to event 1. 1,000-meter ski, 5,000-meter bike, 2,000-meter row. Like, you're just tired.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah, nothing sore the next day on this.
You're right. You're okay. All right. The dumbbell clean and jerk burpee box jump over. You're like,
they're not even going to, honestly, they're not even going to feel that.
You're not even going to, like, you're going to get to the end. This is why I was like, this doesn't need to be in there.
Right.
Okay. All right. You're fine. Now, 100 wall ball shots, 60 deadlifts at 140 and 90, 26. Like, you're going to feel this one the next day. All right. As you should. These all shouldn't just be patty cake events, but that's the first one that you will feel during and after. The handstand walk one. You might feel your core a little bit, but no.
I think the only thing, I don't think you will feel this. I think that you'll feel the 60 wall facing handstand push-ups into this.
Assuming that the first 3 on the first day, this is the first one of the second day.
Right.
Yes. Right. Which is part of the whole event, right?
Which is not bad. That's not a bad thing to have that. It's not bad to have compounding issue. I mean, you want that. That's part of competition, but like that's okay. Like, okay, again, we're trying to test, and I think we've seen more than often than not a lack of the shoulder press
Yes.
stamina in the other event. So I'm okay with that. That's good.
Except in at Mayhem.
Right.
Sneaky one was that that it was a lot of shoulders. Everybody, not everybody, some people thought it was squats. Heavy Isabel. No, you're not going to feel this.
No.
It's singles. Okay. 30 cal, bar muscle up 30 cal. You'll feel this one, but there's no carryover. Like you're going to feel it for 15 minutes afterwards.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You'll feel this right after you do it.
Just like event one, that's going to suck. But there's not going to be a longing, lasting horribleness to it. Okay. Event 7, run axle bar lunges. We'll be a little sore after this one. It's event 7. We're feeling the deadlifts. Now we're doing the lunges.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's only 3 rounds.
You know what? Just as we've gone through this, there is a lot of shoulder overhead stability. A lot. Handstand walks, snatches. You have your wall facing handstand push-ups,
Wall ball shots,
clean and jerks, wall ball shots, overhead walking lunge. Like you spend the entire event like this.
There's a lot of overhead, isn't there? All right.
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
And the last one is the last one. Even then, this number rep scheme. Let me see.
I don't think this one is not bad.
No. Sandbag. Man, they better put that sandbag over their shoulders.
Yeah.
Please learn your lesson from WODFest. Please. Please. But you're not going to feel this one. I'm okay with the event number, with what they have programmed.
Like, I mean, it's fine. It's fine.
Mayhem.
Not needed, but it's fine.
Not needed. Correct.
But it's fine.
Fine.
It's not a ding. It's not a ding.
Right.
The way that it's set up with the events that they've listed out like that.
Right.
It's not a meat grinder of 8 events.
Right. And so if we not to jump ahead to analyzing, but like I don't see that as if this was Mayhem, right? Everyone's like, oh, Mayhem only had 5. I'm like, Mayhem had a brutal 5.
Yeah.
Run, sandbag, squat, burpee over. Like that thing was nasty. And then to do Isabel after that one did not make Isabel any easier. Then the thrusters and the rope climbs. And then the lunges with the dumbbell and handstand walk and GHD sit-ups. And then the bike thing. Like that was a intense competition. 5 worked well. If every event hits you as hard as those did here for 8, I would have a different assessment.
Right.
But these don't.
No.
So I'm cool with it. And I do like
I am more cool with it now than what I saw originally.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, God, what are you trying to 8? Why?
What are you doing?
Why?
All right. That's it. I'm excited to see these.
Yeah, this will be it. I'm actually excited to watch Pedro do this.
I am too. And Pedro is he's taking it very seriously. He's reached out to us about it a bit.
Yeah.
So guys, go tier. We'll put this in the chat now. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe. All it takes is a click. Same thing if you guys are rolling with us now. So go follow that. You can watch it all weekend. So thank you for doing that. Thank you for the French Throwdown for allowing Pedro to do that. And then next week, I guess it'll be my turn. It'll be my turn. I'll be at TFX. Me and Angelo DeChico calling the individual action.
And then on the weekend after that with John.
Right. You'll be at Syndicate.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll do a preview. So we'll recap the programming. We'll analyze it next week for the French Throwdown. We'll preview the programming for the TFX Invitational. We'll recap the programming and analyze it post the next week. And we'll preview Syndicate going into that. When do you leave for Syndicate that week?
I leave Thursday morning.
Thursday morning. Okay. So we just do a Wednesday.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it. Show French Throwdown some love. You guys show them too. Go show up, watch the stream, support your athletes, support your community. Have fun. Good luck, athletes. They're qualifying 2 spots to the CrossFit Games. Any last picks? Or just want to pull up Barkley's comments and just pick off that?
I'll just pick off his.
Well, I would say between the ones he listed, that will qualify because some of these people have already qualified or are ineligible. I'm curious to see what Luke Parker does with all the travel, and he did online semifinals. Callum Clements and Oldest Upenix were the ones that I had my eye on. I talked about it on Pedro's show. Depending on how Oldest's health, I think he has a good shot. Enrico potentially is already qualifying for online semis. Braun is just chilling, but still doing good. I talked to Justin Kotler. I told you I talked to him. He's like, yeah, he's just working out. I'm like, well, he's doing pretty damn good for someone who's 35 and just working out.
Bronislav's so awesome. He's such a cool dude.
I remember the first time we saw him at Dubai in that kettlebell event. I'm like, who is this monster just crushing these giant kettlebells? And we're like, oh, he's from Poland.
Yeah, he's like, totally. And that's like his whole lifting thing. He's crazy. I talked to him a bunch at the old Swiss Throwdown too, and it's just fun watching him go.
He's a Viking.
Like he just is, and he just I love his whole stance on what he does. He's like, I'm just here, I just enjoy this. I'm just going. Just having fun. It's awesome.
On the women's side, I think Claudia Gluck has a good opportunity here. I'd like to see her get it back. And Lucy McGonigal. Your top two that are really eligible, Andrea Moistis, I think she is as well. She didn't really have a great Wadland Fest. So I think, and Claudia had a good second day at Mayhem Classic, just had a tough start. Let's see how she handles the machines. I think that's really the only thing that's going to hang her up. That girl can squat. She's got great gymnastics. I think she's going to do very, very well in that gymnastic chipper.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. When you have all these events, too, that definitely helps her.
Right. She's got to survive Isabel again.
Right.
But having done it 2-3 times now, who probably have it all dialed in as far as pacing and what, just don't go slower by trying to go too fast. In that final event, she crushed the bike one, and that chest to bar, like that girl can squat and pull up. Like that girl's born for Fran. So we'll see. We'll see. Barkley, thanks for all your information, making us sound way cooler and smarter than we are. Good stuff. Yes, Dents. Good stuff. Jenny, have fun this weekend, wherever you are going to be. And that's it. So we'll be back on Monday. We'll analyze the programming of the French Throwdown. But good luck to the athletes. Good luck to the event directors. Good luck to everybody. Pedro will be watching. Don't fuck it up.
Don't fuck it up.
You guys have a great rest of your day.